on three. 1, 2, 3.
Win!
The alley-oop!
Hello, Saints fans. Welcome to the Coaches Show. This is your show, an in-depth analysis of St. Martin's softball. Alongside the head coach for the St. Martin Saints, Jim Peterson. Jim, congratulations on a successful weekend, a sweep of Western Oregon, 3 walk-offs to boot in one highly packed weekend. Coach, what did you like out of your team's performance this past weekend?
Yeah, so it was senior weekend on Saturday, and playing GNAC teams and West Region games, it's big to win those games. And so over the weekend, we had our players were excited because it was senior weekend, and being the end of the season, these games count. So we played well. So it was a good weekend for us.
Good weekend. What did you like out of your team's pitching this past weekend?
Yeah, Chloe, again, she's our senior, and she pitched well. And then also another game, Bridget came in and pitched well. Keegan gave us some really good innings. And just overall, AJ got to pitch. So when we score a lot of runs, it takes a little pressure off our pitchers. So it was a good all-around weekend, pitching, defense, and offense.
Yep. And when you talk about that offense, timely hits for your team this past weekend, how big was that to have big hits in the clutch?
Yeah, it's huge. Once we get a few runners on base, we're just looking for a key hit to score a few runs, get the momentum going in our favor.
Man, you guys were able to do that with the series sweep of Western Oregon. And now when you look at the totality of the regular season, St. Martin's clinching the playoffs for a 5th consecutive season. What does that mean with the success of the program for you personally?
Yeah, I think for the program, when I started here, it was a couple years of a rebuild. And once we got a couple recruiting classes in, and we just kept building from there. So our program has improved over those 5 years, and we have a good young team right now. So I think that if we keep the momentum going, and we've got 9 recruits coming in next year, so we'll have a young team again. So I think the future still looks bright for the Saints softball team.
When you talk about the success of the St. Martin Saints and their softball team, it begins with their GNAC honors, as announced yesterday. It begins with the honorable mentions, K. Schultz and Amanda Peterson.
Yeah, and Kai being a senior, she's been solid for us behind the plate for 4 years. And then AJ's come really on strong the last few weeks hitting for us. So she's in the circle pitching. We need innings out of her, doing a good job, but she's swinging the bat really good. So proud of both of them for making that.
Making the honorable mentions for the GNAC. Then the second team list for the all GNACs, Ashley Goodale alongside Shelby Lawson.
Yeah, both Ashley and Shelby hit at the top of our lineup. So when Ashley gets on base, it gives opportunities for Heather and Shelby. So Shelby's doing a good job, too, of getting with runners on base, getting hits for us, and she had a really good weekend for us as well, too. So, again, 2 players on the second team, all-league team. That's great.
Great achievement. Another member within that all GNAC list, Chloe Leverington, the first team for the conference.
Yeah, and Chloe, again, had a great year last year, had a great year again this year. She's solid for us in the circle and racking up her 18 wins on the year. So, like I said, we go to her for our games, and we can rely on her senior leadership when she's out there in the circle.
When St. Martin's needs someone to pitch in the clutch, they rely on their star ace from the circle in Chloe Leverington. But when you talk about the offensive end, it all begins with the co-player of the year, Heather Ebner. What is so special about her?
Yeah, and congratulations for Heather again, co-player of the year. Last year she was freshman of the year in our league, and she hits with runners on base. She gets opportunities to knock in RBIs. I think she led the GNAC in RBIs this year. She's tough to pitch to, and when runners are on base, they got to throw her strikes. And so congratulations to Heather for that award.
Congratulations to all 6 Saints on achieving all GNAC awards this season. But now the gaze turns towards the postseason. Coming up at NNU, the GNAC Tournament. Coach, what is your perspective coming in to the conference tournament?
Yeah, so games are at NNU. The weather's supposed to be good. I think our team is kind of refreshed now. So we're looking forward to go over there and playing well. We'll be playing Simon Fraser that first game at noon on Thursday. So we went up there and we lost a few games up there. So we got to come ready to play when it starts for GNAC playoffs on Thursday.
What lessons did you take away from that weekend up in Burnaby?
And I think at the plate we need to recognize pitches a little bit better. And so hopefully we can do a better job of that on Thursday.
See what happens there. And this is a double elimination tournament, so how does that factor into how you approach the tournament?
Yeah, so I think the way the tournament's set up is each team plays once on Thursday, and then it'll be 1 or 2 games on Friday. So I think with our team and the depth that we have, I think we'll be in good shape if we come and play well.
We'll see how that pans out. But also the story for St. Martin's, the eye of the Western Regional Tournament. What's your focus, although it's in the back of your mind, still something on your radar?
Yeah, so our number one priority is to win the GNAC Tournament because you get an automatic berth into the NCAA playoffs. And then if for some reason we're not able to get that berth, we still could have an opportunity to get an at-large bid in the regional selection.
St. Martin's at the moment is ranked in 7th in the West Regional rankings. Top 8 make the postseason, and if there is a team that comes in that's not within the top 8 to earn an automatic bid into regionals, into that top 8, that could factor into where St. Martin's may wind up. But a look at this season so far for you, Coach. For the regular season, what did you enjoy? What were some of the struggles that has brought you to this point?
I think the big thing this year is we were able to score a lot of runs, and we talked about it as a team about, hey, let's put pressure on another team. Let's score runs, score runs, score runs. And then the combination of that is getting good pitching in the pitching circle. And when Chloe starts, like I said, her senior experience helps us. So overall for the season, our offensive numbers are really good. So that was a big plus for us. And we lost a few games due to weather conditions this year, and kind of that hurt us a little bit because you're not able to make those games up.
And something that did take place even here in St. Martin's on several occasions. But that's the way things go. But now the gaze focuses towards the postseason coming up at Northwest Nazarene on Thursday, beginning against Simon Fraser at noon. And we'll see how things pan out. GNAC Sports will have you covered for all the action from Nampa. That's all the time that we have for the Coaches Show. For head coach Jim Peterson, I'm Danny Bock saying so long and take care. We'll see you next time on the Saints Digital Network.